Hi guys, this is Ricardo from Bok Bok with Kale, and in today's episode we're going to be making my favorite juice recipe. It's going to be a green juice using some of our homegrown vegetables and some store-bought. And now we're going to go outside and cut some of our fresh kale that we've been growing and green bell pepper. I already have our store-bought green apple here and some celery. Let's come outside. So we've been growing our own kale here recently in our smaller raised bed garden. We're going to go ahead and take this little bird netting off, because not only do we have little sparrows that like to come and eat the seeds, but we have chickens here as well. And we started giving them kale as a little snack, and then they figured it out. And now they come up here on their own free will, and they were stealing our kale that I'm growing for us to eat and drink. So we have the bird netting there for that. This is the first time we grow kale. I used to buy it at the store, but now that we're growing it, it's great that I can just come in here and get me a few leaves. So we're gonna go ahead and harvest some of this to put in our juice today. I'll put it on the ground there because I'm gonna wash it anyway, so I'm not too worried about that. I'm just kind of picking from all over the place because there's a smaller kale plant down here that we're gonna try to give a little bit more sun. So I'm just trying to uncover that a little bit. Otherwise, I would just be grabbing it all from the same plant today. And I got about just enough here, so we're gonna get that much. I got myself a nice little bunch right here. That's probably enough for 2 juices, but today we're just gonna make a individual serving, so I'm probably gonna use about that much. I'm gonna wash it and save the rest in the fridge. We got our chickens back there all excited. Go get a shot of that. All right, I'll give you guys a little piece. Oh, she got a good piece there. Oh, you want some too? Yeah. How about this little girl here? Yep. So we're growing this for ourselves, but also for our chickens because we like to feed them fresh organic vegetables, good nutrition, because they provide us with eggs. So we want to make sure that our eggs are healthy as well. Strong, healthy hens. Very good. We're gonna come out here and get some bell pepper as well, because we're growing those as well. See, when I usually use the store-bought ones, I use one because they seem to be a little bigger. Ours are a little smaller, so I'm gonna end up cutting 2 of them for our juice today. Hey, buddy. And because this kale isn't blasted with pesticides, we do get some aphids on these plants, so we just gotta make sure we rinse them all off because we don't wanna end up shredding those into our juice. Usually just a quick rinse here gets rid of them, washes them right off. So you wanna close inspect it, make sure you're not eating any bugs. So the alternative to this would be adding pesticides to your plants, but we don't do any of that in our garden. If you want organic, you're gonna get some organic material in there as well. So I like to use, 4 or 5 stalks of kale for a single serving of juice here. I like to use 1 whole green apple, which we'll cut in half here in just a moment. Give that a good rinse. And typically, if I was buying these at the store, I would use 1, but these are pretty small, so we're gonna use 2 in our juice today. Give that a good rinse here like that. Both of them. Then I like to use this big celery here, so we're gonna use 3 stalks of celery. That should be enough there. I give this a good rinse. You can break away the end like this, but I usually just keep it on mine. I like to crack them in half so that fits in the juicer a little nicer. Make sure these are rinsed well. Here's our 3rd one. Crack that in half again. And that kale will be for another juice another day. Now that we got our veggies all rinsed out, we're gonna go ahead and cut those. So that'll stay as is. The bell peppers, We'll cut those up, and our apple. The juicer here that we're using has a little garbage disposal thing, but I like to line it usually with these reusable plastic bags that we get our vegetables from. So I actually just tuck that in there like that. And that'll be like my little trash can right now. The apple, I like to just cut it in half. You can cut it into quarters, but usually cut it in half. It's just fine for that big plunger. You don't have to de-seed it because the juicer is gonna do that part for you. It's gonna throw away all the pulp to the side. These guys I like to cut open like this. Throw that in there. Cut this one open like this as well. And lately I've been giving this to our chickens outside because they love eating the seeds and some of the bell pepper there. Now we get to juicing. We're using the Breville today. This is my second one. I've had my other one for about, I'm gonna say 8 years or so. And then this one I actually came up on it a few months ago at a thrift store. My original one costed me about $180. This one at the thrift store was only $10. I got a really good steal on this. I was getting ready to buy the new blade for it, which cost more than 10. So when I found the entire machine that I used to use for $10, I jumped on it just like that. So we're gonna get started. It's gonna get a little loud here, but bear with me. We're gonna go ahead and do it on fast mode. And I like to start with my kale. I'm doing this backwards order today, so it's a little harder to do. Kale. Then I like to do my green apple. And the other half. Bell pepper. And I like to finish with the celery, because that'll push down everything else that might have got caught on the blade. And our last one. I'll let it run its course for a few seconds there, just still pouring some juice out. I'm going to turn that off. Still slowly dripping out the end there. So I give it a few seconds. Meanwhile, I grab myself a cup. Get yourself a napkin, because when you remove the jar here, it's gonna drip a little bit still. And instead of making a mess on the counter, it'll drip on your napkin there. If you want to be a little extra, I like to put a little ginger in this juice as well. I don't have it today, so I'm just using with what I got here today. But if you want to put just about the size of your thumb of ginger, it makes this juice taste really good. Or also adding some spinach in there. But this is pretty much my go-to juice. I make this 4 or 5 times a week. I change it up doing an orange one, a beet one, but this seems to be my go-to juice. So what I like to do here is you pour it once. And this is ready to drink, but I like to just kind of pour it back in the container here. And then the second time around, I like to put this lid on it, which will actually trap all the foamy stuff from the juice. So this juice is smooth as heck. Mouth's watering. Just like that. And that juice is ready to be drank. Bottoms up, cheers. Green mustache and I don't care. Just like that. If you enjoyed the video today, remember to subscribe to our channel for more chickens, gardening, and more. Hope you guys enjoyed the video today. Until next time. What do you think, Ethel? Yeah? Really? She's telling you guys to subscribe.